Hey, how you guys doing today? It is me again. They do call me Kraken. And if you stop in and watch the video, I definitely appreciate it. I would also appreciate it if you guys would like, share, comment, all that good stuff. I really do appreciate it. A couple things I want to get out of the way right off the bat, and that is that I want to apologize for not being thorough with my videos, and by that I mean I don't post all the time. I only post occasionally. Man, I'm not any good at this YouTube stuff, and and it's difficult for me to spend a lot of time editing videos because that's not my business. I don't get paid anything for this channel. My channel's not big enough to generate any kind of an income. I don't get paid anything. I don't have any sponsors. I make my money from building stuff. And so if I have a chance to do the videos, then we do the videos. But lately I haven't had much of a chance. So these last few months have been super hectic for me. We have been doing craft show after craft show after craft show, and we have been very successful at doing that. Our business has grown quite a bit, and a lot has changed here at the shop. Last year, when I started the YouTube channel, I shared some things about my journey, the accident that I had in 2021 that put me out of commission for a couple of years, several years, 3 years, and shut my business down during that time, and how I pretty much kind of lost faith, and in a kind of a fit of anger, because I saw or believed that my life was over as I knew it, right? And that I was never going to be able to build or do any of this stuff ever again. I got rid of all of my tools. I either sold it all, I threw it all away, whatever. I got rid of it all. And it left me with nothing. And so when the realization came around that I could actually possibly do this again, I had taken a pretty major blow. I didn't have any tools. I didn't have any money. I hadn't built anything in over 3 years. To be blunt, my confidence was pretty much gone. And I started with little to nothing. And slowly but surely, I started building everything up. We made some small sales, enough for me to start getting tools again. And now, here we are, a year later, and actually it's a little over a year later, about a year and a half, almost 2 years later. Here we are, and everything has drastically changed. If you guys remember from last year, some of the videos that I put out, most of my power tools were outside because there wasn't enough room in my shop for me to have my table saw in here, my planer in here, and all that stuff. Well, that's changed. I've taken everything out of the shop that was taking up all the excess room, and I've built out some workstations in here, and I'm still in the process of that. But we've moved the table saw inside, permanently inside. It's sitting right over here. The planer is permanently inside. It's sitting over there. That's actually the second planer. The first one broke. We've got a stand-up bandsaw over here. We've got a wood lathe back over there. got my joiner over here. So, you know, I mean, everything is here in the shop. And we've done a fantastic job at building our business up to the point where I have made the decision to try to start scaling this business up. Now, where YouTube is concerned, it's not great news for my channel on YouTube. I'm gonna try to do as many videos as I can. I don't know where my focus is gonna be, to be blunt. I'm not gonna do build videos. I can tell you that right now. And the reason for that is, one, there's 1,000 YouTubers out there doing build videos. For two, I don't make money off YouTube. Maybe one day, you know, so you guys may find enough value in my videos that I may get enough subscribers, and that may change. I may start making some money off YouTube, but I don't make a penny off YouTube. I have never gotten paid a single penny off of anything I've done here. So my money comes from the build, and to do a build video causes me to take 3 to 4 times longer on the build than I need to. And in order for me to remain profitable, I have to keep my build time as short as humanly possible. So I don't have time to video every step of a build and discuss everything that I'm doing in the middle of all these builds, because if I did that, I would never get anything done. And we do so many craft shows back to back that I literally work till 9, 10 o'clock every night, 7 days a week, trying to get out enough product to continue making our shows profitable. And up until this point, we have focused on the things that sell, obviously, and we have slowly introduced here and there new items to see if they'll sell, and those that do, we put out a lot of. But the majority of the stuff that we sell are cutting boards, charcuterie boards, cheese boards, keepsake boxes, CNC routed signs, clocks, you know, and that kind of stuff, some home decor type stuff, you know, and all that. In this next year, we intend to expand to small tables. Sorry, I didn't lose my train of thought. My mouth and brain aren't working together. In this next year, we plan on expanding into tables, coffee tables, end tables, and the smaller shelving units, countertops, bar tops, stuff like that. We have expanded our business already, and we have gotten a chainsaw mill, an Alaskan mill, and a 92cc chainsaw with 36-inch bar. And what that has allowed me to do is to search my local area for people who have problem trees, right? Most of these are logs that have fallen, storm damaged trees, stuff that is in their yard or in their field that they would like removed, but they don't have the money to pay somebody to remove them. And so what I do is I come out there with my trailer, I load that stuff up, I bring it home, I unload it out here, and then as I have time with the chainsaw mill, we cut those down into slabs. We built a solar kiln here in the back this year, and so we can let those slabs air dry for a little while, and then once they get down to about 20%, we can put them into the solar kiln and let the solar kiln do its work. And that's been allowing me to get white oak and red oak and cypress and red cedar and ash cedar and some elm, cottonwood. I know a lot of people think cottonwood is a trash wood, but you know, we do boxes and stuff out of it, you know, and it looks great. But anyway, cottonwood, pecan, you know, Osage orange every now and again. We get lucky and get some of that. And that has really done a lot towards our business, because those slabs are all expensive. And you guys, if you remember from last year, if anybody has paid any attention to any of my videos, I build pretty much everything out of live edge slabs. So as we move into this new year, we're going to be using some of those slabs to do these tables, tabletops, counters, and that kind of stuff out of. And we're still going to be focusing on the markets. I mean, the markets make us great money. We do really good on markets. And I haven't really sat down and added up where we are in the markets this year. We've done, let's see here, we've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This coming month will be our 9th market this year. Actually, this month, this next weekend here in this is Wednesday, day before Thanksgiving. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 3 days. 3 days from now is our next market. And then we have one more market scheduled for this year on December the 13th in Granbury. And that'll be it for our market. So we will have had 10 markets in 12 months, which is pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. And we've done good. So in those, 10 markets, we've made somewhere around $13,000. Give or take, maybe a little bit more, somewhere in that area. And then in the sales that we have done outside of those markets, we've done probably another at least $10,000. So I would say that this year we're probably sitting between $23,000 and $25,000 in income just from our side business. And I'm still working a full-time job. So I work 10 hours a day. I'm gone 11 hours a day. I don't count the hour of lunch. So I'm gone 11. Out of those 11, I work 10. I come home and I work another 4 to 6 hours at the house. And then on Saturday and Sunday when I'm off, if we don't have something else planned, I get up, we go to breakfast, come back from breakfast, and I go to work until 9, 10 o'clock at night. And that's just the way it is, which is why I haven't had time to do a lot of the YouTube videos. And, my intention was to do a lot of them. My intention when we started really getting heavy into the markets was to do videos about the markets and explain to you guys the ins and outs of the markets and the important things to consider when you do those markets. But Lord, I just don't have time. I really don't. And I wish I did, because I love doing the videos. I love sharing that stuff with you guys. I don't have time. And this time of the year when we're doing markets back to back, the bulk of our markets are, in September, October, November, and December. That's where the bulk of those markets are occurring at. We do one market during the summertime. We do one market generally in the springtime, and then everything else, the rest of the year, is back to back to back. All the rest of the last 4 or 5 months of the year is just nonstop back-to-back markets, and that gets fairly stressful, but it's a good kind of stressful, right? We have accomplished a lot in this last year, and we have done very well. And I want to share with you guys some of that stuff and share with you guys kind of what we're doing and how we're doing it. And as I have time, I will do that. But my videos don't get very much coverage. I don't get very many people watching them. I don't get very many people who stick around. I don't get very many people who comment. I don't get very many people who ask questions, and those things, those questions, those comments are what kind of spurs me on to want to do the rest of them. When I look at the videos and I see they're really not gaining any traction, I think, well, maybe I just don't have anything important enough to say that gains anybody's attention. Or maybe it's this time of this decade is different than it was the last time I did YouTube. Last time I did YouTube, I was a truck driver, and I did YouTube about truck driving, and my videos did great. But the times have changed, and it seems like in order to, get anywhere with a video, you have to have some kind of shtick. You've got to, you got to act like an idiot, man, or act it up, and that's just not me. I'm about as real as they get, man. I lay it out there the way it is, Sometimes I'm not socially acceptable, you know what I'm saying, and I'm okay with that. I'm who I am. That's what I am. You know what I'm saying? And maybe that just doesn't sit well with the YouTube community. That's cool. So I'll do them because I enjoy doing them. But I'm going to do them when I have the time to do them. Now, with that being said, if you guys come out here and you have questions, those questions may spur me to take the time to do another video. You have comments. Those comments may spur me to come out and do another video, you know what I mean? But here's the thing, and this is a controversial, probably not acceptable, socially acceptable comment, right? The guys that seem to do best on YouTube in the whole woodworking community are these guys that come on here and teach you how to make cheap shit out of cheap shit. I mean, let's be honest. Those are the guys that get all the views. You go down to Home Depot or Lowe's or Menards if you're up north, and you buy some 2x4s, and you come back and you build something with 2x4s, and it gets 1 million fucking views. You know what I'm saying? And that's not me either. I don't do that. The fad shit, that's the stuff that gets the views. These guys, these YouTubers get on there and they spend all this time uploading 4 or 5 videos a week, claiming that they've got this new bestseller, right? This new best-selling item that, is guaranteed to make you a ton of money. And they made 75,000% profit off of this one thing. For $5 a wood, you sell it for $320, And man, I'm going to be honest with you. And this may not be a popular opinion. 90% of them are full of shit. 90% of them ain't selling a fucking thing, right? If they were building, and believe me, I know this because I do markets all the time. We've done 10 markets in 12 months. And in 10 markets in 12 months, I don't have time to do videos. I've sat down and I've tried to do those how-to videos on how to build something. It takes so long. And that's without the editing. And you add the editing to it, and you're adding another hour, 2 hours, 3 hours more worth of time to add all the effects in and the sound effects and all the goofy shit that these people are adding into their stuff. They're not selling a goddamn thing, right? They're not. They're telling you they're selling shit, right? They sit down and they come up with an idea for a video, right? Well, what can I make? What can I make to show these people a new video? And to get you to watch it, they claim to have made X amount of money selling this stuff on YouTube or selling this stuff on Facebook Marketplace or whatever. And if they sold half as much stuff as they claim to have sold, they wouldn't have time to do videos. The fact that they put out videos back to back to back to back every day tells you that they're not selling anything, right? Y'all, you can take it for what it's worth. You can say, hey, I'm just an asshole and I don't know what I'm talking about. And that's cool, man. I live this life. I build for a living, right? And I have to work a part-time job in order to pay my bills. I have to work a full-time job. Effectively, I'm working 2 full-time jobs. I work a full-time job on my full-time job. And then I work a full-time job on my woodworking business, right? And the last thing I really have time to do is videos. Now, if all I was doing was videos, then yeah, I would have time to build something and walk you guys through it. I could build maybe 1 or 2 things a night, you know what I'm saying? In this last week, just this last week, I have built a cutting board. I have built a cutting board blank that I turned into a Texas tray with a Texas cutting board that fits inside the Texas tray. Go to my Facebook business page. You'll see the pictures of them. I built that. I've done a charcuterie board shaped like a turkey. Right? That's awesome, man. We've sold a ton of them. We've sold a bunch of them. I built a big pumpkin tray, same kind of concept, right? It's 2 inches thick, and the pumpkin cutout for the charcuterie tray is 1 inch deep. The board itself is like 16 inches by 16 inches or 15 inches by 15 inches. I mean, it's a pretty good size deal. We've done a flag, routed flag sign I have sitting over here that I still have to finish sanding on. We'll finish that here when we're done with the video. We did our one trippers, right? One trippers, they're handles that you use to carry all your groceries in. We sell them for $25 a set. We sold out at the last market, and I had to make 6 more pair of them. That's 12 of them we had to make. So I made those 12. I built a display stand for my cutting boards so that I can take less table space and display them where they're facing outwards towards the customer. So we built that. What else did I build? There's a couple other things. Let me think. We had a couple of items that we had a really bad windstorm in our last event, and our tent was fine, but the wind caught a couple of the items and they broke, and so we had to repair those. So we repaired those. The brakes weren't nothing major, but it was still a brake, and we repaired those. A couple of the items that I had got scratched up by some careless customers, so I had to resand and refinish those as well. Made a dozen cans of board butter, the aftercare for our boards. Worked 45 hours already this week, and at my other job. And what else did we finish? Oh, we have a big serving tray. It's probably maybe a foot foot and a half, 18 inches. No, it's bigger than 18 inches. Probably about 20 inches long, about 10, 12 inches wide. Serving tray that we built. We've got another one right here, as a matter of fact, that we're almost finished with. We're working on it right now. We got to get the last sanding on it and get the handles put in it, and then that one will be finished. We built a shelf over here for my power tools, for my drills and all that stuff, to get them out of the way. Built that shelf. We've got a what do you call that? A jar that we're turning on the lathe that's almost finished. We've just about finished that. You know what I mean? There's something I'm missing. I can't think of what it is. I know there's something. We had a double heart tray, right? Out of Paducah. There's a 2-heart tray, pretty good size. Finished it, delivered it to a customer, and then another customer wanted a Washington State cutout for a school project for his son that we cut out of plywood and sanded down real good and nice for him. We finished that. There's something else. I can't think of what it is. I have to go back and look at the pile of stuff I got inside ready for the next market. You see, I don't have time to do videos, and not very often anyway. So these guys that are doing these 3-4 videos a week telling you how much money they've made selling this deal and how it sells out at every one of their markets are full of shit. They don't have time. They literally don't have time. It takes me, when I do a video, 3 times as long to build the object because I'm doing videos, right? So I just don't buy it. Those guys get all the views though, and I get it, man. It's about the money. You know what I'm saying? It's about the money. So you follow the money. And that's obviously where the money's at. It's not me, man. So I would appreciate anybody that wants to come in and check it out. Man, if you guys want to see more content, let me know. If you have some things that you'd like to know, I would love to speak about the business end of this and the things that we've learned, because we've learned a lot. I just really don't know what direction to go with it, right? I almost completely gave up on YouTube because, like I said, my videos don't get any traction. So I almost gave up on it, but I don't really want to do that. I do want to bring you guys something of value, and I just don't know what direction we're going to go with it. But I do want to say this, and we're going to end the video. We're hitting at 25 minutes right now, and I know half y'all aren't watching anymore. But if you are watching, I would like you guys to tell me in the comments what kind of things you're really interested in. Now, I want to talk about the practical side of woodworking. I want to talk about the business side of woodworking. I want to talk about the craft shows. I want to talk about building your shop out. I want to talk about some of the lessons we've learned over this year. I mean, if you want to see the things that I've built, we'll throw some of that stuff up there. We'll do a video where we just put a picture after picture after picture after picture of the stuff that we've built and sold this year. I got a phone full of them. But if you've still watching, I want you guys to comment in there and tell me if there is any content that you would like to see. I'll be straight up with you, because I don't get paid. I don't get paid for videos, right? This is all, I'm doing this because I want to do it. So let me know what kind of stuff it is that you'd like to see covered, and we'll see about if we can do that. So happy Thanksgiving to everybody. For those of you guys that do come in and watch my videos, I really do appreciate it. I really do. And I really hope that I can generate at least enough interest for you guys to let me know some of the things that you would like to know, right? We'll catch you later on. Y'all take care. Peace out.